Ever spent hours prepping a surface, getting the sanding perfect, only to have a tiny speck of oil or a stray drop of water ruin the finish the second you pull the trigger? It is honestly the most frustrating thing in the shop. That is where these little inline filters come into play. They are essentially the last line of defense between your air compressor and your paint job. You get a 10-pack in the box, which is great because these are disposable, and let's be real, you are going to go through them if you are doing any serious work. What stands out right away is how simple they are. You just screw them directly onto the bottom of your spray gun or air tool using the standard 1/4-inch threads. There is no complicated plumbing or heavy-duty mounting required. They are lightweight enough that they do not throw off the balance of your gun, which is a huge plus when you are trying to keep a steady hand for a long session. You barely notice they are there until you realize your finish is coming out clean and consistent. Now here is the thing about these filters. They are designed with a high-flow internal structure. A lot of times, adding an extra filter to your air line can cause a pressure drop, which is a nightmare for HVLP guns that need that specific volume of air to atomize paint correctly. These seem to handle that flow surprisingly well. You are not going to feel like you are choking your air supply, which keeps the spray pattern nice and even. They do a solid job of catching the moisture and oil that inevitably builds up in the lines, especially if you are working in a humid garage or using a compressor that has seen better days. If there is a downside, it is just the nature of them being disposable. You have to keep an eye on them. Once they start to look a bit discolored, or you notice a slight change in how the gun is spraying, you have to swap them out. It is not a permanent fix, but for the price, it is a small cost to pay to avoid having to sand down a panel and start over. It would be nice if they were clear enough to see the gunk building up inside a bit more easily, but you can usually tell when they have reached their limit. Honestly, for anyone who does painting or uses air tools regularly, having a stash of these is just smart insurance. They are not going to replace a high-end refrigerated air dryer system, but for point-of-use protection, they do exactly what they claim to do. They keep the junk out of your paint and keep your tools running a little bit longer. It is one of those cheap, practical upgrades that makes the whole process feel a lot more professional. If you're tired of dealing with fish eyes or moisture spots in your clear coat, grabbing a pack of these is probably the easiest way to clean up your workflow without breaking the bank.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.